Man, the delay from the 4K really messes me up every time. I guess I've been sitting here live, but I don't see it, so I don't speak. You guys let me know if you can hear me, and if you can't hear me if it's too loud. We're going to try using the wireless mic today, which means I need to get a battery pack so it stays charged in my pocket, but there should be a lot better audio quality than when I run it through the webcam itself. Assuming that my battery pack is actually in here. I don't see it though, so maybe we're just gonna rock and hope the battery lasts.
Said. Hey, and yes, it's okay.
Howdy, howdy, welcome. Is it okay or is it good? I'd like it to be good. If it's not a huge improvement over the usual webcam mic, I'll just go back to the webcam mic, honestly. It's also still a little chilly in here. Hoodie zipper. Are you okay there, little buddy? There we go. Okay. So let's see. Yesterday we left off. Let's see if I can close the top chat thing. So yesterday we left off.
Said. It's good.
Good. Oh, I guess you guys probably can't hear you guys talking though, since I don't have the second mic on yet. So let's do that real quick to make sure you guys can hear yourselves.
Clear. Said. Actually clearer.
Good. Okay, now the microphone on the webcam should also be active. I need to be a little quieter just to make sure it doesn't echo. Let me know if I broke everything and made it a weird echo. If so, I'll take it back off. While we are preparing here to clean up all this crap. And then once we confirm there is or is not an echo, I will go into my discussion here.
Clear. Said. Still good on my end.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, in that case, let's get started and talk about what the heck happened yesterday. So, we are quite zoomed out right now, I know. Maybe if you guys are interested, I can get the closer up view here. But we were working on the engine and things started to go very poorly for us. Does phone work? No? Does webcam work? Maybe. Let's try making a very poor attempt at a portable camera with our old webcam real quick. Let's do one of those. Ding. Oh, hey, look, it's my own Chrome tabs. Oh, yeah, look at that. That video looks terrible.
Said. Brother.
Hello. That was a weird intro, huh? Okay, there we go, portable cam mode. So here is the back of my head and me holding this little webcam over here, and here is the low cam. So, yesterday on stream, we were trying to install these super nice looking new exhaust manifold studs. Will it focus this close? No? Okay. Well, these are made of a very fancy high-grade stainless steel. So yesterday we were trying to get those installed, and we had trouble pulling out a few of these studs. So I thought, hey, I got some free time.
Said. Sick ass intake.
Oh, thank you. We're going to talk about that more on stream here, too. So yeah, while trying to pull out some of these studs, we had an issue where 2 of them pulled their threads out. We tried to fix it with the helicoil kit, and basically last night we ended on, oh, sorry about the cord drop there. Last night we ended on me completely boning this thread, which that brings us to the title of this stream, which was how to keep your cool on camera. Because, let me tell you, a little selfie view here, I was internally losing it when that happened. I tried my best to keep it decent on stream, but that was like I completely boned this whole head, basically, that dumb mistake of not taking enough time to tap the hole straight enough. So that helicoil repair ended up being at an angle. The angle was so bad, the manifold wouldn't even go back on the head, because this stud right here pointed downwards like 15 degrees. I had to take the stud out, put the manifold on, put the stud back in. Very bad. And I was pissed. Like I was about to lose my mind on stream. I knew everybody was watching though, so I was trying to keep it chill. But in my mind, I was pretty sure I was about to take apart this whole engine and have to start all over on a whole new head from my pile of engines over there because I ruined that port or ruined that hole. So that means getting this head cleaned, or getting a new head completely cleaned, hot tanked, get the head surface decked super smooth for the MLS gasket. A new MLS gasket, because this one would probably delaminate when I took it back off, retorquing all the studs and stuff, redoing all the cam gear and all timing, swapping over these cams into the new head since these are the B6T cams. It was going to be like a nightmare of extra work because I effed up one hole.
Said. Howdy, Bill. Hope you are having a good day.
So, I'll put my hand cam back down for now. What I did this morning, not on streams, I came back out here, and Steven very graciously agreed to help at least try with the TIG welder to see if we could take the hole shut and re-drill it using that manifold flange over there as a drill guide, because I'm not very good at drilling straight holes, obviously. So I went ahead and pulled the old helicoil out. By old, I mean the one I just installed, which was actually better than expected. It did not snap off in the head. Pulled out like one nice big spring. There it is, on top of the trash can. Use my head in the background there. Yeah, so you go. There's one dead helicoil. And I saw that the threads I had tapped, because I used the drill, I had to tap because I'm lazy, and I really should have taken my time and done it by hand to make it perfectly straight. The tap was willing to go in two ways. It was willing to go in dead straight, or go in at like a 20-degree angle. So I slowed down, took my time very carefully doing it by hand, perfectly straight, then inserted another new helicoil. This time it seated even deeper, which is great, and it was straight. So I ended up fixing this head so we don't have to throw this all in the garbage and start over from scratch. I did it. So this morning, doing that made my day feel so much better. I can't tell you all how relieved I am I do not have to redo the entire head. Now, since I tapped that hole twice, once the angle and once correctly, and this is an aluminum head, those threads are not very strong. The helicoil helps, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm still worried that I might have made that stud a little too weak since that hole can tap so many times, and the threads are all kind of marred up. So, we will not be tightening that center bolt to full thread. I'm going to try bolts like going to 30 foot-pounds instead of 60, and just calling it good in the center one, and the rest of them at the full 60 foot-pound requirement. I think it'll be alright. I think we'll get away with it. If not, back to square one and doing the whole new head again. But I have some faith this will work. especially because it's a stud, not a bolt. I'm not, yanking too much on the thread. You get the same torque sequence, but we're not threading in and out. The stud can stay still and just put on our nut. But now the job is done. We've gotten rid of all the nasty, rusty studs on the engine, and now this beautiful, fresh, stainless hardware that is not going to rust, not going to be stuck on us in the future when we want to take the manifold on and off. Which is a big deal, because I do plan on taking this manifold on and off, because I am getting custom V16 manifolds made. We talked about this on stream, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. One of the last two streams, we talked a ton about hardware side of things for the engine. We talked about all the new parts I'm trying to make for this build, which includes a bolt-on T25 compatible header or exhaust manifold. Cast steel, much like the OEM, just better, improved in every way, better flow. The only thing it might be better at is bolt access. The new ones is trying to make it maybe have a bit more flow on top. It might be a little hard to reach your bolts, but I'm willing to pay that cost to have a very high-flowing, clean, nearly equal length T25 bolt-on manifold, which is super exciting stuff. So I got that bolted on, and then I looked over to the desk here, which I'm sure you can see in the corner of your eye, is now a disaster, and the floor is a disaster. Like right here on the floor, you can probably see on the camera a big bunch of speckles. Those are like chunks of acorn that were stuck in that turbo over there. So this turbo manifold I had laying around, I was using to size up last week, was full of acorns from the squirrel, storing it in there. So now the floor is covered in acorn dirt. And there's a pile of flywheels here that really don't need to be here, they need to be somewhere else now that I'm measuring them. And they're just off screen right here. Now you can't see it on the camera. Is the entire dash for V2 just laying right in front of my walkway. All the tools are still out from this job and other jobs, and the welder's out from us trying to pull those studs out over there. And it's a mess. I can't work in the zone when there's all this crap everywhere. So part of what I'm doing today is going to be cleaning up the crap all over the floor. Along with all the crap in the front of the garage, there's a ton of parts and literally there's still two vats of used antifreeze and used oil just laying in the middle of the floor. I was doing an engine reseal and AC install on Nicholas's car. And then he was supposed to clean up his mess, but Bill had to leave early and Nick had to leave early, or maybe not early, but the job went longer than we thought it was going to. So they both had to leave quickly to get back home Sunday night, so they didn't have a chance to stay and help clean up the mess we made. Now all the tools and all the mess mat is still just laying there. And now I have to take care of that so that we have room to start doing engine work and front end work here this weekend, aka tomorrow and Sunday, which we'll be doing on stream. That'll be a good stream. Today's what we call a mid-stream, because it's probably not going to be very exciting, besides me talking about some cool new product stuff that's happening right now. It's actually coming together. Beyond that, today will be just so-so. Only so much stuff to do today, out here. Cleaning being the important thing. But just to keep all 8 of you people entertained, I don't want to bore you too much, so I will talk about the new product stuff. Some of you in the past might have seen this beautiful piece over here. Oopsie. This is a mount spacer for B60 and slightly modified version of this for B60D. So you see that's a big chunk of aluminum with 3 holes. This is the factory Festiva mount. You might recognize that from the V6D swap guide, where we have to space it off the block with some little spacers, and we've cut well stuff. It's a similar process for V6D, except for V6D it doesn't get cut, it just gets spaced only. It gets spaced further, as in 1 3/4 inches. That's how far out it gets spaced out. This fancy, beautiful one was machined by Brad Hazard many years ago. So there's, see if I put my stuff on the camera there. That's what it looks like. A very nice piece. Brad is finally able to make these again. And instead of him selling them on the individual basis, I will be stocking these in the store. So, literally early next year, quarter 1, if not just by the end of winter, the Festiva store is going to have B6D and B6D mount spaces available to buy in kits. And it will come with new bolts, which is always a struggle to find the proper metric size high-grade bolts that are this long. However, I figured that out. Not only do we have the right size bolts, these are OEM. These are straight from Germany, baby. That's right, these are Volkswagen Auto Group, aka Porsche bolts. They're used also on cheap Volkswagens, but these are the exact same bolts that Porsche uses to bolt their upper control arms together. And we're using them in these.
Said, I apologize for leaving a mess.
It's okay, Bill. We all had places to be. Y'all had work in the morning. Michelle had work in the morning. It was a long week. I should have thought more ahead about what we were going to need to do for the engine reseal. But, you know, stuff happens as part of the car work. But yeah, so check this out. We just ordered 32 pounds of brand new hardware straight from Porsche, aka straight from Volkswagen. And it's got here today. And Brad just got the raw material to make those mounts. So the kits are basically, like as soon as we get the machine and ship them, we have kits. They're going to go in the store. It's going to be awesome. We're getting like the best hardware, the best custom parts. It's fantastic news. I should say that the B6D kits are going to be available basically immediately. The B6T kits are going to be a bit slower because, I might have mentioned it before, we are making a full mount kit for B6T. Not just a spacer, but we also will be including the rear mount that you need to modify to fit the B6T and G Series. And I am currently designing a full custom CNC front side mount that will finally be like an easy current solution to mounting a B Series in Festiva without a ton of custom measurements.
Said, and I'm good, just tired.
It has been a long winter. So yeah, that's the new product I want to talk about today, is the mounts. They're coming, and we have parts coming into them right now. That's these fancy bolts. The actual chunks of aluminum are here, and it's gonna be awesome. I've also just got word from one of my other suppliers that a project we've been working on for almost 8 months now is finally ready to be produced in quantity and shipped to me. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet because it's such a big deal, it's a big surprise that I need to make sure I have it all here and tested and nailed down before we start talking about it on screen. But it's something a lot of people have been asking for in the past. Something I've been really wanting to have, both for my own cars and to have in store. It is super exciting stuff. It's not, here, I want to give a hint. I don't want to give it away too soon, but I'll give you a hint. Not only did we get them made, we had them made in 3 different options. So I'll let you guys kind of simmer on that for a minute. Think of anything that you think you might have wanted that could come in options. But yes, they're finally being made. They're coming in at least 3 options, if not more in the future. But I'm super excited about it. So that's the other good news I got today. So I fixed that bolt. The supplier got back to me and said that the project we're working on is finally happening. And Brad told me the mounts are going to happen. We're really doing it. We're doing B6D, B6T mounts. It's very exciting stuff. So there was something else I put on the description of this video, I think, that was going to be a good idea to talk about or look at before I dove into all the boring cleaning stuff, because I don't want to bore everybody.
User said, the heater is loud.
Is it that bad? Man, it's that
Lifted
way.
mic said, hell yeah, I am a buy one for my 2035 B6T swap. F Brad Hazard 2 JKJK LOL, thanks Will and Brad.
Yes. It's Brad currently exists in a
Bill Taylor
duality state.
said, it's worse closer to it.
Well, I'm pretty far away, but I'll be right now.
Chunk Theslayer said, Festiva.
Alright, I turned it off. It's going to take a second to pull off and turn the fan off. I have power on. Yeah, Brad Hazard is the duality of man. He is, because we both say F Brad, but I'm also here to say thank you, Brad. It's weird how that works. We talked turbo on that last stream.
User
hardware.
said, you need to wear your mic.
I am. I'm wearing my mic, but I can't have just the mic on my shirt. Otherwise, you guys can't hear yourselves. You see. I can try something else. There's one other thing I can try. It might cause some weird echo.
X said, 2025 year of the engine swaps. Bill Taylor said, Brad's an enigma.
Okay, you guys probably just heard yourselves echo like crazy. Let me know if you did. If it didn't, then I'll just keep it that way. The problem is the way I'm setting up now, to do just my mic instead of the other mic, is that
YouTube user said,
You're wearing a mic.
yes, I'm wearing a mic.
Chunk
Test later.
said,
Yup, weird echo.
Okay, so what I'll have to do,
Chunk test later.
move that.
Said, not too crazy, maybe go a notch lower.
So this setup now, you guys be able to hear yourselves very clearly, clearer than ever, but I don't hear you at all. So I'll just have to look at the screen and read every now and again to make sure I'm not missing messages. That's the idea anyway. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh no, I deleted my camera. Oh no. Oh, this is horrible. I've deleted and upside downed the camera. Okay, maybe that's better.
Bill Taylor said, I'm blind. YouTube user said, screen turned black.
Yes, yes,
YouTube user
I turned the camera off
Sorry, dude.
on accident. Okay, yeah, since
Chunk
we're
test
doing
later.
this,
Said, oh no, I'm blind. Oh, I've rolled it. Bill Taylor said, there you go.
okay, so let me know if you guys can hear yourselves now. Like I said, there's a pretty big delay due to the 4K thing, so me doing something and then checking to see if you guys can see, it's like a good 20-second delay for the 4K to work. But I do like the 4K. So I'll wait to see if that's better. And while you guys are discussing whether or not it's better, if you guys can hear yourselves, I'm going to go start putting away some fluids.
YouTube user said, you sound better. We sound weird.
Weird how? Are you too loud, too quiet?
Bill
Still an
Taylor
echo?
said, little echo, but not horrible.
Alright, so to make it to have no echo, I have to mute you guys the entire time. So there you go. Now you guys are muted, which means when I walk away from the screen, I won't be able to hear you or see you. But you guys talk some more and see if the echo is gone now. I have muted the television, so you guys should only hear yourselves talk when you guys talk. I won't hear it, but I can see it. Let's see how that does. Give that a try.
YouTube user said, we sound far away. YouTube user said, still have that heater feedback.
Still have heater feedback. There should be no heater
Bill
feedback
Taylor said,
because the heater is off.
Samuel said, Chunk Fessler said, be so picky, bud, it's a workshop.
Alright, see if the humming might be because I was trying to charge the mic while using the mic.
YouTube user said, there is definitely some feedback.
Alright, let's see if the static's
Bill
gone
Taylor
now.
said,
I've unplugged the power
there's a
of
bit
the
of
microphone.
static.
Sometimes when I have the microphone plugged in the power to charge them, it causes a feedback loop. So we'll see if that fixes that.
YouTube user said,
Load the stream,
in your phone.
Oh, I suppose I could do that.
IMEX said, I honestly prefer this sound setup, but that's personal preference. YouTube user said, definitely static.
I think it's using the wrong mic.
YouTube user said, it's still bad. Chunk Slayer
I
said,
honestly prefer this
white
sound
noise
setup,
filter.
but that's personal preference. YouTube user said, definitely static.
I think it's using the wrong mic.
YouTube user said, it's still bad. Chunk Slayer I honestly prefer this sound.
Maybe that's better.
YouTube user said, gotta get your life together, bro. Phil Taylor said, now it's crazy staticky.
Well, I don't know anymore then. Oh God, we've made it worse. I think it's using the wrong mic. Well, I don't know anymore then. Oh God, we made it worse.
YouTube user, don't we all gotta get our lives together? YouTube user said, yeah, definitely some white noise coming from somewhere.
Check, check. Check, check. I think when we reset the camera, it caused it all to get messed up. Okay, that might fix it then. Check.
Gunnar
check.
Watson said, looks like a great time. YouTube user
I think when we
said, fixed it.
Yeah,
Chunk
that
Slayer
was it. That was it.
said,
When I
whatever
plugged the
that
dang thing back in,
Chunk
the
Slayer
camera, when it failed for a
said,
second and we had to flip it,
that
that
was
turned it back on.
Bill Taylor said, no white noise now. YouTube user said, Suva much better.
Yeah,
Jeremy Ward
That's more like it.
said, prime example of, if it isn't broke don't fix it. YouTube user said, not sure if you can still hear us, but we can hear ourselves.
Yes, I can kind of hear you. I have the TV just barely on so I can hear. You guys might be able to hear a slight echo, but not bad. And not a good example of it's broke, don't fix it. Wrong. This is a great example of you should mess with it till it sounds good. Because bad audio is a quick way to make a stream suck. Bad video you can deal with. Bad audio, yikes. Okay, well, it looks like we lost like 6 viewers from that little escapade, so thank you to the 4 of you that are still here. Oh, wait. Nope, now it says we're back to 7. All right, great. Thank you, all 7 of you, for tuning in and sticking around through that
Chunk
nightmare of
Slayer
audio.
said, absolutely. YouTube user said, yeah, it sounds a lot better.
All right, I'm going to keep turning you guys up just a tick, so that way I can hear what the heck's going on.
Bill Taylor said, a 10 out of 10 on my end now. YouTube user said, we are just way quieter than you.
Okay, well, I can turn you guys up a bit on like this end. Like that. Okay, now you guys are at like max. Yeah, you guys are at max volume
Lifted
for
mic.
yourselves.
Said. As of her.
Yeah, ASMR. So if I get really close to my little tiny microphone, I can whisper into it. We can have an ASMR session in my garage. But I won't do that because it gets kind of creepy. Ugh.
Chunk Theslayer. Said. It's mint. Festiva, 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 festiva.
Festiva, 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 festiva. All I want for Christmas. 12 golden festivas. Festivas, 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 festivas.
Bill Taylor. Said. MO better. Lifted mic. Said. LMAO.
M.O. better. Yeah. Thank you, speech chat. Mo better. It is Mo better. After all this talk about how good this audio is, to think that I'm going to have to ruin it here in like 5 minutes when I run the vacuum to clean up all the dirt on the floor. Hey, if my beautiful wife, aka YouTube user, is still in chat,
Bill Taylor.
and
Said. Israel hippopotamus man shrugging.
Israel hippopotamus man shrug. Got it. If my beautiful wife Michelle is still in chat and can tell me if she's seen my anchor,
Chunk Theslayer.
my little battery pack charger.
Said. Is Mo really better?
Mo's great. Yeah, I do need my little anchor battery pack. Otherwise, this portable microphone in my pocket is going to die within the next hour or so. And that would be no fun. I thought it was out here. Obviously, I could be crazy though. I sure don't see it. So yeah, so normally it's like the
user
mic is in my pocket.
Said. Haven't seen it. IMEX. Said. MO money MO Festiva parts.
Yeah, the more money you have to spend at thefestivastore.com on all these fantastic new parts we're developing. I couldn't think of anything better. What's better than Festiva parts?
YouTube user. Said. I know nothing.
You know nothing, eh? I've seen it recently on a surface.
Bill Taylor. Said. Mo definitely makes some good barbecue. Will did before they got flooded out by Helene. YouTube user. Said. You should start training the dogs to keep track of your stuff.
Now that's an idea. If we could train Echo like a bloodhound and have her just hunt down all the crap I lose on a daily basis, that would be fantastic. Actually.
Bill Taylor. Said. Echo find my battery pack.
Yeah, mush.
Lifted
Mush.
mic. Said. I bought a Festiva to save money on gas, but now I'm just pissing the money away on Horde parts and B6TLMFAOOO.
That is the way, brother. It's the fate all Festiva owners, I almost said doomed to, but really blessed with. All right. There are 6 of you in here at the moment watching this stream. I think
YouTube
my battery
user
pack is upstairs.
Said. Face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing.
So I'm going to go
YouTube
run
user
into the house.
Said. This is the way.
I'm running into the house to grab my battery pack. When I get back, all 6 of you better still be here. Don't leave just because the stream got boring for a minute. I'm doing this for the audio. It's for the greater good of the stream. So I'm looking at it now. The screen says 6. Stay here, all 6 of you. I'll be right back. The mic's going to cut out as soon as I get out of range. I'll keep talking though. That way you guys hear me sound like a robot. As I get too far away from the mic, it starts to cut out randomly. Suddenly you can't hear me at all. It's me talking, doing nothing, walking. so I can charge the microphone.
YouTube user said, boy is running through the house face with tears of joy. YouTube user said, we're still here. So how's everyone's Friday? Lifted mic said, run Forrest, run. IMEX said, K the audio cutting back in just to hear will trip. YouTube user said, I've never seen him run that fast. Bill Taylor said, lifted mic I bought a Festiva because I was a poor E3 in the Navy and was only making about $800 a month. Lifted mic said, Friday vibes are chill. And you guys?
Wasn't upstairs where I thought it was. I didn't see it in the living room either. Still have not spotted it in the garage, despite me being like 60% sure it was out here in the garage. I found a different battery pack
YouTube user
that's like older and
said,
I'm pretty sure smaller.
feeling the need for some Friday pizza.
Man. The worst part is, like, I just recently lost and refound this exact battery pack.
Said, Bill Taylor, I hated the boat life.
Okay, not only did I lose and refind it, I have 2 of these. This is the exact battery pack I'm looking for. I thought I lost it forever, bought a new one, found the one that I lost, so I had 2, one of which lives, like it's got a permanent home where it's supposed to stay in my backpack. Thought it was there, wasn't upstairs. This one doesn't even have Type-C. Assuming it's charged, should be enough to keep the mic alive at least. And of course, bulk up my pockets. Alright, he's back. Wow! Look at you guys. Not only did you guys stay, you actually somehow gained 2 viewers. We now have 8 people here. Fantastic.
Bill Taylor said, Mex, I loved my boat time. John Galloway said, sweet, I figured out where and how to type in the live feed, lol. Chunk Theslayer said, go grab it, bud. Lifted mic said, I bought my Festiva from a lady who bought it brand new right when she got out of the Navy in 1991. Shout out to the military people. Thanks for your service.
Yeah.
IMEX said, nah, Marines were very bored.
Yes, thank you for your service. All of our service members in chat. And thank you all for sticking around for our technical, I won't call them difficulties, but
said, welcome, Mr. Galloway.
yes, welcome to the stream, John. I'm glad you were able to join us and find the live chat. As a matter of fact, for everybody in live chat right now, for only $1.99 a month, you would get access to custom emojis like my face.
Said, thanks, Bill.
And my dog. That's right. For only $2, you can spam my dog's face in the chat box. Look at this.
Chunk Theslayer said, I think I will be able to get some miles and years out of my 1.3. Samet Industries said, _Maverick Samet Industries said, _will : _JDMV2 : _Metug.
Yeah, look at those awesome emojis. So yeah, $1.99 a month. You can spam those in the chat box all year. All next year. And the more of you that subscribe, or become members, I should say, the more of those emojis we're allowed to make. And all the emojis we're making are community voted on. So all you turkeys get to decide how to embarrass me further by making me draw some absurd pictures.
And yeah, we didn't have Marines on ours 99% of the time unless we carried nuke tomahawks on board.
Is it charging? It is charging. Look at that. Everything is charging. I am now so full of cables in my pockets, but our audio quality is going to be through the roof. Assuming you guys can still hear me, that is, since I walked out and came back in. If you can't, 10 minutes ago would have been a good time to tell me. Now is the second best time to tell me. Glove them back up.
Chunk Theslayer said, excuse my ignorance, but what is the little cartoon-looking thing? Brad Edwards said, what's up my guy? Bill Taylor said, how do we subscribe?
Okay.
Jeremy Ward said, tomahawk steak you say. John Galloway said, loud and clear.
All right, let's talk about those things for a second. Let's do a new
Bill
incognito
Taylor
windows.
said, now Tomahawk land attack missile or TLAM.
So we are currently looking at my channel on YouTube in incognito mode.
Said, I was in the Marines, they put me on the Kearsarge in very bored life.
So here, I'll zoom in a bit. There's the home screen for YouTube. There's my channel where subscribe is. There's another button that says join. That's how you become a member on YouTube. Click join, and then there'll be an option to sign up for $1.99 to get emojis. There's also an option to sign up for, like, I think it's $6 or $7, and you can get discount codes to the Festiva store because we've officially linked the store to the page. If you actually go down on my channel and hit the store button, look at this. It shows products from the Festiva store. How cool is that? And in future videos, when I go over a product guide, I can actually link the product directly to the video. Super neat. But yeah, I'm working on getting discount codes for the store for people who pay me on YouTube. So think of that. Think about it. And then somebody earlier asked about my profile picture.
Said, thank you.
Thank you. So this is what that little beep picture is all about. It's my profile picture on YouTube or on Facebook. It's one of my favorite bad jokes, and so I use it for everything. I once tried to redraw this whole thing in HD, because as you can see it's very pixelated, and in doing so I was like, you know what, this will be my profile picture, and that's been the story for the past 10 years, I think. So yeah, it's just these two guys. There's 20 letters in the alphabet, yeah. That's totally wrong, there's 26. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot letters U, R, A, B. That's funny because I'm a B. Me too, thanks. Me too, thanks. It's just such a good joke. It's multi-layered. Saying he forgot 6 letters and then he only says 4, and then they're both B's. I mean, you had to be there to get it. But there you go. That's what that picture is. It's my profile picture on everything. Wow, too bad that wasn't on stream. I about shit myself just now. As I was talking, you can see it wiggling right there in the corner. The splitter just fell down. It sounded like an animal running across the floor. It just very slowly kind of like skittered on the ground, made little animal sounds. I thought a squirrel got in here with me. Okay, now with all that, hey, Bill Taylor is a member. Welcome. Now you can spam Maverick in the chat.
Chunk Theslayer said, neat tie.
Also, for anybody wondering why you are staring at the back of my head, it is because this is where the laptop is. Actually, let me switch to their camera so you guys can see why I keep walking around over here. So check this out. Whoop. So you guys are looking at me from this angle, thanks to this webcam dangling off the ceiling over here. Ba-ba-bum. So you guys are seeing this. There's the back of my head. Yikes. Anyway, what I'm seeing is the garage laptop, which is how we play music and check on parts on Rock Auto. My real laptop, which is how we're streaming right now, and then it's connected to this television here, which is where I'm monitoring my feed, and you can see this is how much lag there is. You're seeing how much lag I see. So there was my head from earlier. This is how long it takes it to catch up to that point. And then I have you guys here in chat, and this is also, the TV is the speaker where you guys talk from. So when you guys talk out loud and it reads it out loud, it's reading it through the TV for me to hear it.
Bill Taylor.
And that's where I'm controlling everything.
Said, _Maverick.
Yay, Mavericks in chat. So yeah, that's why you guys keep seeing the back of my head, because I'm over here trying to work on the stream side of things. Pardon the shaky cam. Go back to the main cam, like so. Just checking on the thing. I see where John commented on my post asking how to join chat. I see you figured it out, John. Thank you for joining us. All right. I'm suddenly smelling gear oil. Did I step in something or pick up the wrong glove?
Bill Taylor.
No, it's not the gloves.
Said, love me some Maverick.
He really is the best. Maverick's just the best there is. Better than me, even. Michelle will be the first to tell you. There's those bolts we were talking about. Those sweet OEM bolts from Germany for Porsche, soon to be for Festivas. If Charlie was in here, he'd tell y'all the Porsche stuff, good stuff. Those need to be sorted in the house, so I'll put them back on the table for now. That was just some show and tell type stuff. I don't need to stay out here necessarily. Let's get the welder the frick out of here. Move the turbo again to its little soft towel for now. Maybe.
Bill Taylor. Said, he really is the best boy.
I imagine my butt's on stream now. I should probably put out a belt before I do crap like this next time. Before we get our stream demonetized for too much ass. Pick up this fancy looking turbo hardware for a second before I lose it all over the floor. I actually bought this manifold from Brad Hazard.
Lifted Mike. Said, how's the rat rig, Will? Too legit? Chunk Slayer. Said, John Galloway, is this your Thunderbird Turbo Coupe on my Rock Auto magnet?
That would be cool. The rat rig is actually doing fantastic. I meant to talk about it more on stream last time. Man, it's too bad my lovely assistant is currently taking a nap inside and stuck under a pile of dogs, because I would love for her to bring out our vent bezel.
Said, when did they get back together?
But yeah, the rat rig is doing fantastic work. Finally printing large ABS pretty stably. There's a couple more tweaks I have to make to the file, just so that it fits better and that it prints the first like 3 layers better. But
John Galloway.
More or less.
Said, no sir, Chunk Slayer, I've never owned one.
More or less, the rat rig is currently printing vent bezels, or it's been capable of printing vent bezels, which is fantastic news. Like, they're not broken, they're not warping, they're not peeling up like they were. It's fantastic stuff. All right. Oh yeah, welder. Let's get the welder the heck out of here. Once again, thank you all for joining me on this Friday. I know it's actually like the afternoon right now, but I plan to keep this party going for most of the evening. because A, there is a lot of mess to clean up. It's just going to take a while, period. But B, tomorrow I have more exciting new projects
Bill
coming
Taylor
that we're going to talk
said,
about tomorrow.
John, that's just said I never owned one either, but my mom did, winking face.
A cool new project tomorrow that we're going to be looking at, and we will be finally getting back to work actually building V2 instead of building stuff on this table. Steven's going to come down and help because Steven is my hero. Steven is like everything to me. He's like a brother. He is my hero. He's like the smartest guy I know. A lot of people say I'm pretty smart. Steven is a very smart guy, which is crazy. I mean, he doesn't even have formal training. He's just a brilliant dude. All right, fuel pump stuff. That could be a project we work on here soon. Getting all of our AN lines done. This corner is a disaster zone.
Bill Taylor
Okay,
said,
just kind of tuck it, hide it.
Steven, he's our guy.
Dude, he is our guy. Steven's the man. Our little headlight project that we'll be talking about more soon. Well, not soon. We'll be talking more about the headlight project as the time comes. For now, once again, I see it tucked up out of the way. Our mount, we just talked about that literally right now. And I told you guys to get excited as heck for this project. Hopefully you all are excited as heck for this project. As a matter of fact, even if you're not B6D swaps, you should just buy these. You should just buy these mounts just because they're cool. You know, just support your local Festiva store and buy things you don't need. It's a really good idea.
IMEX said, listening to Steven and Will talk in person hurts my head with all the knowledge they give out. In a good way.
Well, I have a lot of stuff memorized. I'm like a walking encyclopedia. And Steven has done a lot. That's one of the things I love. Like, I like when people come over to help me out with projects.
Chunk Theslayer said, now that would be a cool swap. 2.3 turbo, 5-speed manual and 8.8 rear. Make a real Ford Festiva.
Ew. Ew. Real Fords. But I love when Steven comes over because I can tell Steven, like, hey, I need help with this. Even something he's never done before, he'll figure it out in like mere moments. Like, Steven, I need help programming this random board I just bought. And Steven, within like an hour, will know exactly how to program it and help me problem solve it. It's really awesome. And then if I tell him, hey, let's double task, I'm going to go do this while you go do that, I have complete confidence that he can do whatever I just told him without my help at all. He doesn't need my supervision or me
Chunk
micromanaging.
Said, no EO.
So, yeah, Steven's brilliant. And I love having his help, his assistance, and just his advice whenever possible.
Chunk Theslayer said, bruh, didn't you buy a Maverick? John Galloway said, Steven is going to be part of Mario Kart sounding mean and going faster. Bill Taylor said, someone said once they felt intimidated listening to Will, Steven and John talk.
Yes, I bought a Maverick. However, it's the only thing available. Nobody else is doing what Maverick's doing, which is a shame. I think if Toyota had like come out with their own version of it, I might have been very tempted by the Toyota version. B, I don't know. I think Ford guys don't really call the Maverick a real Ford. You know, it is a front-wheel drive CVT hybrid. That's not very real Ford of it. And that transmission was designed by Toyota originally. I will say though, yes, the Maverick's a nice truck. I quite like the Maverick. They did a great job with that. My other two trucks though are S10s. I'm a GM truck preferrer, but I also just don't like big trucks. So right now nobody makes a good small truck until the Maverick came out. Maverick's a brilliant small truck. Just like the S10 is a great small truck. Maybe someday I'll own something bigger to tow like race cars around with. But honestly, the hybrid Maverick's been towing all of our stuff just fine. Been very happy with that. Okay, random sensor can go in the box of sensors. I'll probably never use this. It will probably get thrown away, but I would hate to waste a ton of money and just toss it in the garbage. That was part of an experiment.
Slayer said, yeah, I mean half the stuff in a Ranger is Mazda LOL. Chunk Slayer said, old Ranger.
Yeah, when the B2200 and the Ranger were basically the same vehicle, there were a few Mazda bits here and there on the Ranger side of things. I still wouldn't own one.
Bill Taylor said, I'd own one and we have an Edge, OJ Bronco, and 9 Festivas at last count. Chunk Slayer said, M50D.
What else up here can go? Oh yes, all these flywheels need to find a better home. There's also still a stuck bolt in this one flywheel that I'd really like to take care of if I only knew how. But I probably won't bother attempting to remove that bolt. As we just saw on stream yesterday, I'm not really the one to trust with bolt removal. Be nice if I could find a machine shop to do that. Because besides that broken bolt, this is like a brand new flywheel.
YouTube user said, supposedly your boxes are here.
They are here, actually, yes. When I was looking for the...
said, my 88 Ranger had a Mazda 5-speed transmission.
They are here. I saw them on the porch when I was going to look for the power supply, or the power bank thingy. But I didn't grab them because I was in a rush. But yes, the boxes are here, so we can ship out more clear taillights. Which, if you haven't seen the clear taillights yet, you should check them out. They are sick. All you Festiva people watching this, go on the store, get yourself a pair of the clear taillights. They're super cool. Do I have one out here to show off?
Said, CVT transmissions are junk.
No, they are not. Belt-driven CVT transmissions are junk. eCVT transmissions are not. eCVT transmissions don't have those dumb plastic metal rubber belt things stuck inside of them. eCVTs actually are almost like standard automatics. They have just planetaries only. It's like 3 sets of planetary actual gears. It's only CVT because it has 2 inputs. The engine and then electric motor are dual input on the transmission to spin the planetaries around. It's very cool stuff. Belt-driven CVTs like Nissan use are actual garbage, yes. eCVTs like the Prius and Ford use are fantastic for the most part.
Bill Taylor said, the clear tails are cool.
Yes. I need to make a video soon talking about making your factory taillight harness fit the new clear taillights. I was going to record that earlier this week, but got busy with some other stuff. Man, I thought I had one out here to show everybody how freaking sweet they are. You know what? No, I won't give away any more than that. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to ruin any cool surprises. All right, man, my back already hurts carrying all these stupid flywheels around. So the reason all these flywheels are out is because we have another new product that's actually already been released. You guys can go buy this other new product right now, and that is the sensor kit for your G-Series transmission. We talked about it on stream the other day, and now the rest of the pieces I needed came in, so they are shipping. Like 3 people have already had their kits shipped yesterday. This is a crank sensor kit for a G-Series transmission. This is awesome. So I have a small nose B6T, which has no way to read crank signal on the front, because nobody makes a trigger wheel or a sensor mount to read crank speed or crank position. The Kia Rio uses a tone wheel on the flywheel side of the
Bill
engine
Taylor
with a sensor going through the trans.
I thought you did record that wiring thing already.
I have not. So I designed a system to read tone wheels off of the flywheel for all G-Series transmissions. And it's not, the second part's not out yet. The second part that's coming is a laser cut tone ring that you can put on your factory flywheel to use this kit. But until that, at least, these are here. They're ready. They're
John
now.
Galloway said, well, glad you don't have the belt-driven one.
Yeah, if it was belt driven, I would not have bought it.
Said, small nose B6T.
Yes, so this one's small nose, but this kit will work with any B6T, and in the future, it might also be compatible with B3 stuff, which will be extra tweaks. But this is an OEM Kia made in Japan or made in Korea sensor for the crank. We've got this bag full of 3D printed parts. We have a sealed Auto Sports connector with a quick release tab. And this is a whole kit to make the sensor. Look at how good this printed part turned out. I'm going to switch to the other camera for a second because I'm really proud of this stuff right here. Take my gloves off again. Yeah. So I'm going to... There it is. So this was printed on the rat rig. For everybody who's asking how the rat rig was doing earlier, this is a part fresh off the rat rig itself. This is the sensor mount for that sensor onto a G-Series transmission. It's curved bidirectionally to fit exactly onto the curve of the transmission. It has full steel inserts that keep you from compressing the plastic too much when you install it on the trans. It's a friction perfect fit for the sensor and still bolts the sensor in place. This goes right there on the front edge of the trans and lets you read that tone
Jeremy
ring
Ward
to have full crank position.
Said, you should try out to be a hand model.
Maybe I already
John
am.
Galloway said, how about a lightweight flywheel?
No. I mean, you can already buy lightweight flywheels, but you shouldn't because they're not
Lifted
good
Mike
for us.
Said, that's beautiful.
Thank you. So yeah, these are available right now in the store. There's a G-Series transmission crank sensor kit. But it comes with everything you need. It comes with a guide, a printed guide, so you know where to drill the holes. It comes with the hardware, it comes with the pins, it comes with the connector, it comes with the OEM sensor, all in one kit. It's incredible stuff. And pretty soon we'll also have the tone rings available so that you can use your own tone ring that we cut, or you can go buy a Kia Rio flywheel to make it easier. No, we don't use lightened flywheels because that makes your engine harmonics a lot worse. You're much likely to blow up your transmission due to bad harmonic frequencies if you don't have the solid flywheel that helps dampen some of those frequencies. If you want to, though, you still can. You can run a lightened 1.8 Miata flywheel on a G-Series.
Said, 1992 Ford Festiva, 1988 Ford E350 motorhome, 1983 Ford B700 midsize bus, 1988 Lincoln Mark 7, 1993 Ford Explorer, 1999 Ford Explorer Sport, and a 2004 Ford E150. That's what's in my fleet right now. Festiva,
it's quite the list.
Said, why not a trigger wheel on the pulley like the late Miata?
Because this is a small nose crank. I guess you just joined in, so you might have missed it earlier. But yeah, so small nose crank. There is no pulley that fits that has a trigger pattern. All vehicles, all B series that use a pulley side trigger are large nose and use a different oil pump. So even a large nose B6T still does not have the right oil pump. You have to have like a 2001 or later Miata oil pump. Those have an extra embossment for you to bolt a sensor to. And you have to have a large nose crank pulley pattern to have a toothed wheel that fits on the front. There's no wheel that fits a small nose crank unless you go custom design one. That means laser cutting and also dimple die embossment because they can't be flat. They have to be formed to go tight against the block edge.
Festiva, said, you could cut one though.
Right, but obviously the
Festiva,
chat is delayed.
Said, oh, I didn't know the oil pump thing.
Yes, only the later oil pumps have the boss for that extra sensor. So for you to take and do this on a small nose, you have to cut your own wheel. Then you have to emboss it so it sits flat on the pulley, doesn't space everything too far out for your pulleys to line up. Then you have to make your own mount somewhere in the front. And also, I don't like front side mounts.
Lifted Mike said, The electronic throttle body is gonna be sick.
Yes, it is. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, when you have the sensor on the front, now you have to have your sensor cable running right where all your spinning pulleys are and stuff. It's just a dangerous zone. Versus when you do it on the flywheel, you can get a lot more resolution. So in this case, this is a 60-2 tooth ring, but the resolution works because you have really wide teeth because it's a big wheel, physically large. B, there's no oil contamination risk on your sensor. Since the sensor's on the edge of the transmission, the only thing it's ever going to get dirty from is if you have a rear main leak. That's really bad, or if your clutch explodes and leaves fibers everywhere. But beyond that, the inside of your trans is a dry, clean space. There's no spinning parts for the wires to hit. The wire just goes right off past the back side of it, up into your harness. There's no pulleys to hit. There's no belts in the way. There's no spacing to worry about. It's actually a really good option. And it fits all cranks. So now it doesn't matter what crank you have. You can have any crank, any B series, any oil pump, who cares? As long as you're running a G series, or I've actually designed it so it does fit an E series as well. E series or G series, all you have to do is drill a hole, bolt it on, plug it in. Aftermarket ECU, of course. Yes, the electronic throttle body is going to be great. We actually are going to work on that some either today or Monday, depending on when we get the free time. So there it is. There's the JDM 3D printed version of the intake. This is also printed on the rat rig, just FYI, if people wonder how well it's working. So there's our throttle body, 60mm Bosch Motorsport throttle body, the new design for the JDM intake. However, we talked about it on stream a little bit the other day. I have this fancy new sensor. This is a Bosch IAT and map sensor all in one. So it does both temperature for your intake air and manifold pressure on one sensor. And it's super compact. As you can see, it's like this tiny little thing in my hand. One bolt holds it in, one hole needed to drill through to sense all your stuff. So I need to work on my model a little bit and design a slightly bigger flat space here on the back. You can already see where we have vacuum ports designed into the model. One big one for the brake booster, a small one for any map reference signals, another small one that goes to your fuel rail for your fuel pressure regulator, and then two spares in case you need to add any other vacuum accessories or what other stuff you want without having to run a splitter.
Lifted mic. Said. Unreal.
Yeah, I'm excited as heck. Two-part design, all machined. The center part, if I split it here a little bit, you can see it has an O-ring, so this is all O-ring gasketed. It bolts together. You can see all the bosses for all the bolt holes. So this whole thing is a two-part intake that you can split and reseal. There's all the bolts along the bottom, all M6 hardware stuff in there. So what I need to do is I need to thicken up one of these flat spots on the back and then bring it back a little bit. That way I can have the sensor go probably like this. Probably sits here and bolts to the side and have the plug going that way. Actually, I guess the harness can come in from either side. So let's go the passenger side. That'd be even cleaner. So I need to make it so there's a big enough hole for this to sit on, make it flat enough so it goes all the way through, and make sure it's thick enough for us to run the bolt through the top and not have like no thread engagement. So we're going to edit this model a little bit to run this sensor. And once that's done, I will have it machined out of 2 billet blocks of aluminum. We're going to polish the turbo logo. We're going to wrinkle black the rest of it, and we may or may not put my logo on the front. The prototype version has my logo on the front. I don't know if that's too bold or not, versus having it like laser engraved maybe instead. I don't know yet, but super sick. The other part of this equation is the cam sensor. Oh, hey, look, new product time. Woo, let's talk about new products. This is my custom cam sensor setup. This is also 3D printed. This is a test piece. This is a OEM grade Bosch VR sensor that I've made and modified to fit very snugly onto the back of your B6 block to read your cam position. And it's super compact. B6T stuff is huge.
A small nozzle for NOS hidden in that box.
Not quite, but we are going to hide a small nozzle for meth. But that's not going to go there. It will be going somewhere else that we'll talk about. But yeah, super compact cam sensor bracket. But this project was kind of dead in the water for a while because I couldn't find anybody that would machine this out of aluminum for a good price. But recently I have. That's right. I found a company willing to actually make those out of solid aluminum so we can put them on the store. I printed a slightly revised version of the model. It uses the factory O-ring to seal on the head and fits the sensor hopefully a little bit better. So what we should do right now on stream is let's test this. Let's do a test fitment. If this fitment test goes well, then I can literally tell the company that's waiting on my word, I could say, hey, do it, send it, let's produce this thing. So the offset's correct for the sensor, so that's good. The bolt spacing to the head is the other thing I need to confirm. And it looks absolutely fantastic. And we need to make sure the factory O-ring will fit in this channel I've made. So let's go to one of our gasket kits just behind the camera that you guys can't see and try to find a replacement distributor O-ring in this huge pile of parts, hopefully without losing other important parts. Not every kit comes with that O-ring. They stopped including it in a lot of kits for some reason, so I don't always have one on hand. It is the same size ring though for all B series distributors. So B60, B6T, B3, etc., etc., etc. They all use that same gasket, which means I should have one. There, yep. Ta-da, we have one. I have a lot of gaskets back here. Hashtag hoarding. All right, so here we go. That's a, probably not OEM, it's probably a Felpro O-ring for the distributor. We'll see if that fits. I might need to make my relief cut a bit thicker for how big these O-rings are. Oh yeah, that's going to need to be a bigger relief for sure. The gap I have is just way too small. There's no way it's going to squish down to fit. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so now we know we need to tighten up that clearance. So there we go. That one adjustment's all I need to make, and then I can send the updated file to my machining crew and tell them to send it, and we will have these available on the store. Same deal. It'll come with all the hardware you need. It'll come with the sensor.
I can confirm that it's a plethora of gaskets.
Yes, it is. So yeah, new product coming very soon. I would highly recommend buying it and buying that sweet crank sensor kit as a combo. Anybody running an aftermarket ECU, you will have the keys to the kingdom for running full sequential ignition and fuel with coil-on plugs right here. This is super good stuff. What are we doing? All right, we're cleaning. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. That's extra parts we don't need right now. Same for that. Trash. Man, I think it's pizza time. I'm getting kind of hungry.
John Galloway said, "Wish there was more festy people near me. Bob is 3 or so HRS away."
Yeah, I know the feeling. Right now, I wish, I mean, Steven obviously is kind of close. He's only 30 minutes out. But Steven is currently on a mission from God in Tennessee to do, I don't remember all the stuff he's doing, but it was a lot. So that's why he's not here helping out right now. Otherwise, he probably would be.
Bill Taylor said, "John, you need to move further east."
That being said, I don't know who all is watching right now because I don't get like a list of names in the chat. But if any of my local Lexington peeps are in here right now, first of all, howdy and thank you for watching. And second of all, feel free to come over and join me on stream, because if some people show up here, I will order pizza and we can have a pizza party in my garage. So, open invitation, my house, pizza party. We'll work on some stuff in the garage and have a great time. Actually, I think I should cross-post that to the Lexington group. Let's see if any of my mates want to come over. I think I can add text to a picture real quick.
Jeremy Ward said, "I wished I moved to VANC 20 years ago." John Galloway said, "I moved from NC-Bill to Idaho, but I didn't have FB when I lived there either, so I would have never known any of y'all." Bill Taylor said, "Dang, I'm like 4.5 hours away or I'd be there."
I know, it's such a drive. Which is crazy, because, like, it's not that far, but it is too far just to come over to eat pizza on a weekend. Pizza time. I should
Turkey
see
Gobbler
if Michelle wants some pizza too.
Said, nice hammer. Bill Taylor
Oh, thank you.
said, John, that's cool. And
It's
I
no-
get it.
It's an okay hammer. I mean, I'm personally more of a wooden claw hammer kind of guy, but one of my YouTube subscribers very generously bought me this
Jeremy
hammer.
Ward said, my local Festiva people don't want to play cars very much anymore.
Trying to tear down / clean up some engines tonight and eat pizza and clean up some crap. Streaming it all on YouTube and
Bill Taylor
open
said,
invite.
I mean, if I didn't have skis
If
coming by to
anyone-
help rip .tv hard out of a wrecked GL, I'd still come up. Jeremy Ward said, stop hammer time hammer.
Hang out.
John Galloway said, has there been any built carby cars that's been dynoed or made passes down the track? Bill Taylor said, no, don't say clean, no one will come.
Well, you know, cleaning's on the table. I gotta be honest with people. Free pizza is a guarantee. Cleaning is a different possibility. Built carby on the track? Not necessarily. I mean, John Glenn's car B3, he built that up. I think he made 83 or 82 horsepower, something like that. I mean, it's been done. How do I share the stream link? Aha. Copy link.
Chunk Theslayer said, carburetor.
Carburetor. Carburetor. Carbularb. Speaking of dogs, I think I hear a dog. We should see if the dogs want to come in here.
Chunk Theslayer said, there, I said it.
Everybody who's a member, spam your Maverick emojis in chat. Let's see if we can get Maverick in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Bill Taylor said, I hear underscore Maverick.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go, 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 go. Go get him. Come here. Echo, come here. Maverick, come here. Come here, puppers. It's dog time. There it is. We got dogs. We got dogs. Hey guys, what are you doing? Michelle let you outside? Yeah? Oh, did Michelle just let you out? Yeah, you're ready to play. Echo's ready to have a party. So I don't remember last time Echo was on stream, but as you can see, she is like probably doubled in size since last time she was on YouTube. Look at that thing. Look at the size of that little beast. Echo, let him scale you up. Come here.
Bill Taylor.
Let him size you up. Look at
There's
that.
my buddy Maverick.
Look at that. Look at that dog. Look at the size of that dog. You're getting so big, Echo. You're getting so big. Look at that. She's longer than me now. That's crazy. You're crazy.
Jeremy Ward said,
Oh.
let me pet that dog. Don Samet
Yeah.
said, _ Maverick.
Maverick. Come here, big dog. Come here. Come on. Yeah. Woo. Get him. Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna get demonetized for dog fighting. Make sure you guys keep it PG. Man, she's really getting his legs. You two are silly. Hey, I'm gonna get demonetized for dog fights. You guys can't be fighting like that in here. They're loving it. Today it's like 20 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, or 15 degrees warmer, so they're having a blast partying outside. Very excited, very full of energy. All right. Hey, Maverick, you sit. Echo, come here. Echo, come here. Hi, yes, good job, puppy. Maverick,
Chunk Theslayer
Maverick, come here. Right here.
said,
Right here.
how was I not
Now face-
subscribed?
Can you sit?
That makes 0 sense.
Maverick, you sit. Maverick, sit. Hey, sit. No, come here. Let's look at the camera. We can take a screenshot later. Make a thumbnail. Look at the camera. Hi. Echo, look at the camera. Oh, she's just biting me. All right, well, this has gone really well. Thank you both. All right, dogs outside. Let's go. Go. Outside. Woo, dogs. All right, thank you both. You've been very entertaining. Everybody loves you. But you're too fuzzy and you're too annoying. Yes. Maybe I'll let you back in the house. Maybe Michelle's ready to have you back. I've also turned the heater back on since we figured out the mic issue, and it's probably not the heater. But yes, we love our dogs, don't we, folks? We love dogs. We love Maverick. Very good. Keep putting some crap away in here. I'll leave this out. That's how we've been adjusting our engine stand. Some more random trash. Tidbits of who knows what. Broken chunks of S10 splitter. Nice. I don't even know what this is. Go in the bucket though, in case we need that later. All right, all 13 of you in here. It's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for joining us so far. I am going to call my beautiful wife and ask her what she thinks about pizza.
Bill Taylor said, I really want to see the Demon Salem though.
Oh, the Demon Salem is inside. I don't know if that would work very well. No.
YouTube user
No.
said, brother, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can, but it's like a 4-hour delay. For us to do a pizza order over YouTube chat would be an exercise in frustration. But you know what? Let's do it. Why not? All right, so here we go. Michelle, should we order pizza now? Or should I wait to see if somebody actually shows up?
Jeremy Ward said, pineapple don't belong on pizza. YouTube user said, Domino's.
Yes, Domino's sounds great.
YouTube user said,
Man, is the shop vac
Totally up to
even
you.
accessible right now? Oh Lord, I'm gonna hurt myself just trying to get the shop vac out of its corner. If you guys hear a loud thud and I go radio
YouTube
silent,
said,
please let my wife know I love
can
her.
order now, but you have to pick up.
Heavens.
YouTube user said, so maybe we wait. Turkey Gobbler said, Domino's, that little neighborhood joint. Bill Taylor said, probably not, I had to run Nigel out of the parts car earlier. YouTube user said,
I feel like getting the
text
vacuum
Garage
out.
Gang and see if anyone is coming and wants to get the pizza.
Okay, vacuum's here. I don't think anybody is coming over, sadly.
Jeremy Ward said, Parmesan garlic sauce Philly steak with green peppers, hold the onions.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a second, turn this vacuum. That way you guys don't just hear constant vacuum. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, of course. I have to pick up. Yeah, alright, well, I guess I can message and see if anybody's coming. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll hold off on buying the pizza yet, but see if anybody is coming that can bring it along. I will mute myself momentarily.
Bill Taylor said, truthfully I'd vote Galactic Pizza, oh that's Rignitz or local place. They have a pic of John Glenn on the wall. Jeremy Ward said, Godfathers if you can find one. Bill Taylor said, "Our Godfathers closed about a year ago." YouTube user said, "We have a Godfather's pizza. It's more of a drive."
Now, just hold on just a second. What was that? Back up. Let's back up. Back up. Turkey Gobbler, Domino's, that little neighborhood joint. Okay, Mr. Bougie, I'm over here scrimping, trying to build a Festiva in my garage. You're over here like,
YouTube user said, "If people aren't coming over, can we get Cheng's instead? That sounds really good right now."
Oh, that neighborhood joint Domino's. I'm not bougie enough to go to the neighborhood joint, brother. We're looking for a $7.99 large any topping pizza. I can't go affording that fancy stuff. You're crazy. I mean, we can do Chang's. I would much rather have pizza than Chang's, that's for sure. I really don't like Chang's. I would rather have Panda well before Chang's, and then Domino's well above that, especially because Domino's has leftovers. For the price of 2 dinners, you get like 5 dinners.
Chunk Theslayer said, "Y'all making me hungry."
I mean, it's basically dinner time. All y'all on the East Coast, time for work to get done, and for everybody to go find themselves some pizza. All right, this is almost a usable work area.
Bill Taylor said, "Well, there's always little geezers if you're gonna budget."
Well, you see, Little Sneezers is actually not that cheap anymore. Domino's for us with the coupon, if you're ordering 2 pizzas, is cheaper than Little Caesars and a lot closer. So, it's weird, but that's how it works around here.
Jeremy Ward said, "Did you ever see the picture of Bruce Lee eating lunch with his brother?" Bill Taylor said, "But is this first or 2BD dinner?" Jeremy Ward said, "Broccoli."
This is still first dinner here. It's been a slow week at Sam Industries.
Bill Taylor said, "Oh wow."
All right, my faithful viewers, now we come to the question of what to do next. Because what I should do, what I need to do as a responsible adult, is clean the front half of the garage that you guys cannot see on camera. And also obviously need to get some food at some point. So, do the 9 of you that still remain want for us to change our camera to be back in the front of the garage and hang out on stream while we clean up our mess and either reassemble or further tear down a B6T? Steven and I took one apart really quick like the other day because somebody needed a piston from
Bill
it.
Taylor said, "Honestly, as a former Dominoid, I approve your choice."
Yeah, Domino's
Jeremy
rocks.
Ward said, "You should quiz us Festiva questions."
A Festiva question, a Festiva quiz. That'd be fun. Yeah, I might be able to do a Festiva quiz. I do need to figure out what we're going to do to stay productive as well. There's like the intake stuff that I still need to do in CAD that we could do inside.
Bill
I don't know
Taylor
if I can transfer
said, Festy quiz
Stream
questions
inside.
songs cool. Bill Taylor said, sounds too.
All right. Well, here. This is the one Festiva question that actually I did not have the right answer to. I had to wait to see what the correct answer was. So I will ask that one first. It's like the hardest trivia question I know. There is a single part that is different on a 1993 Festiva that is not different on all the other ones. Which part is that? Or what is the difference in said part? This is kind of a hard game to play with a huge delay, but I will have patience while I clean up those pile of intercoolers.
Jeremy Ward said, stumped here.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Very tricky one.
Bill Taylor said, the head is sans the fuel pump lobe.
Nope. Good guess.
Tess Slayer said, insert Jeopardy countdown sound here.
No. We're not trying to get content ID matched. But no, those both are good guesses, but not quite. Or the fuel pump lobe's a good guess, but not quite. I will give another hint. It involves something towards the back of the Festiva.
Chunk Theslayer
Oh.
said, I was gonna say badges.
Nope. All 90 plus have the same badges. I mean, with the exception of trim
Jeremy Ward
levels.
said, hatch light.
No, actually, hatch light stopped in 90 since it's an LX only option. Hatch light could only be had in 88, 89, and 90.
Bill Taylor
I'll give it
said,
another.
tail light harness.
Nope, taillight harness is indeed the same. I'll give one more hint. This is a hardware-based change, a very technical hardware-based change, and I will give you all an extra 30
Chunk
seconds of
Theslayer
delay.
said, but that's kinda other way around.
Sorta. So a lot of changes are all trim level based.
Turkey Gobbler said, Ventag has different character.
I mean, it does, but that's not unique to the 93. All years of Festiva have a different character in the VIN. It's a good sneaky guess, but no, this is a unique change to the 93 only. But yeah, I'll give another 30 seconds to the delay, and and then I will tell you all the answer.
Turkey Gobbler said, "Pay me." Turkey Gobbler said, "Scammer."
Uh-huh, uh-huh. All right, if there's any other guesses, I'm going to miss them due to the delay. The answer is the rear spindles are different. The 93 model year Festivas, so late 92 build dates, switched to the cross-drilled spindle with the standard hex nut and the retainer style thing like the Aspires use the back. So it's a nut plus retainer plus cotter pin versus all previous Festivas used the crush nut. Beyond that, besides that one small change, all 92 and 93 Festivas are identical. They all have the same trim options, same color options, the same part options. The only difference is that spindle.
Bill Taylor said, "I meant if that's true, allow em have different year letter destination."
Indeed, it's not a technicality that counts, sadly.
Chunk Theslayer said, "Good info, man, thanks."
It's kind of good info. It's almost useful in practical applications.
YouTube user said, "Pizza ordered. I can try to look it up." Bill Taylor said, "Dea Mariel has those I shout have known." Jeremy Ward said, "Cool, what benefits does it have?"
Beneficially, you can reuse the cotter pin style one infinitely, versus you should really... Some people say you should never reuse the crush style ones. I would say you can reuse it 2 or 3 times and get away with it, but after a while you have to replace them. The retainer style one, you can replace it infinite number of times. There's no wear to it. Michelle, if you want to lick up the pizza, you can. If you lick too many pieces, though, I don't think our guests want to eat any of it. Just saying. All right, let's do another question then. Let me think here. Okay, here's a good one. Name 3 countries in which the Festiva has been produced. It doesn't have to be with the Festiva badge, but 3 countries in which a version of the DA platform has been physically built and assembled.
Bill Taylor said, "Reusable Kuth and new cotter pin."
All right, we're looking for 3 countries.
Bill Taylor said, "Korea, Japan, Iran." Jeremy Ward said, "Philippines, Japan, Australia." Dantistic G said, "Iran, Korea, Japan." Dantistic G said, honorable mention, Lexington, Kentucky. Chunk Theslayer said, South Korea.
Dantastic G has got it. It is indeed Iran, Korea, and Japan. There's potential they were also produced in Venezuela, depending on where Venrir Auto actually produced them, in the Iranian factory or their own Venezuelan version, as well as Wally's car producing them in the Middle East. Their actual factory position, I don't know. But yes, the DA was produced in Korea, Japan, and Iran. They were not made in the Philippines. They were very popular in the Philippines, but those were actually made in Korea still. The Australian and Japanese-based 121s were actually made in Japan, not made by Kia. And Iran has produced some form of the Festiva under the Saipa or other names for basically from the early 2000s all the way up till last year or the year before. As a matter of fact, there is current evidence to suggest that all left-hand drive Festivas before Iran were made in Korea, and all right-hand drive ones were made in Japan. We still have a bit of sleuthing to figure out if that's necessarily true, but from what we've seen evidence-wise, if it had a Festiva badge and not a Kia, not a Pride badge, and was right-hand drive, it was made in Japan. Hence why the Japanese market Festiva and the Australian market Festiva were both made in Japan. Versus Japan, for a while, had the option to get a left-hand drive 5-door, which was not produced in Japan. That was actually produced in Korea and rebadged as Festiva and re-exported to Japan. That being said, this isn't a question, but just some trivia for you guys. The parts for the Festiva were still mostly made in Japan, despite being assembled in Korea. So a USDM Festiva, like your engine and all the parts related to the drivetrain were actually made.
_Will.
Yeah, that's my face. Actually were made in Japan, and then the body was made in Korea. Some of the interior was made in Korea, and it was assembled in Korea. While the critical components are still made in Japan. Later, for the Kia Avella, which in the US we know as the Ford Aspire, or second-gen Festiva, was actually made almost entirely by Kia. They actually made their own foundry and made their own machine shop stuff, basically. And they made the engine in-house in Korea. The transmission got switched to being made in-house in Korea. All the engine parts, drivetrain parts, and the body was all made entirely in Korea without parts from Mazda Japan. Which is why the early Aspire transmissions are known to be a bit weaker, because they're actually a slightly lower quality Korean casting process as they were getting used to making these new parts. And if you look at like brand new OEM rings, the OEM rings for the Aspire say made in Korea, and the OEM ones for the Festiva say made in Japan. Same for all the parts bags. Any parts you buy for the Festiva that are in the engine bay and stuff, drivetrain based, they all say made in Japan, versus stuff like the taillights actually say made in Korea for later models of Korean taillights. Very cool. Alright, sounds like I have to go pick up some pizza here in a minute. So, I will put it up to a vote. There are at least 10 of you in here right now, which is fantastic news. So basically, I have to be gone for 20 minutes, call it 20 minutes of me being gone to go pick up this pizza, and then bring some to Michelle, and bring some out here to eat for myself. Should we leave the stream running as it is, and then you guys just hang out in here if you want to and chat? Should we call it done for the night? It is 5:20 Eastern. You guys want me just to end the stream and I'll see you again tomorrow? Or do you want me to end the stream now, go get the pizza, move the camera to the front?
Said, I got a jet, it's hot dog time, catch y'all later.
Yes, indeed. Dinner time. Thank you so much for joining us, Bill, and thank you for becoming a new member. Or should we end this stream, take a dinner break, and then come back in like half an hour or an hour or so and resume the stream? You guys are the viewers, so I don't want to waste everybody's time and do a new stream of me cleaning up the front of the garage, because that's probably going to be kind of boring. I don't want to bore you all to death. If nobody's going to watch it, I won't bother setting up for it. If you guys do want to watch it, bring up the watch hours, hang out in the garage, chat in the chat for a bit, then I will set it all up, and you guys can just hang out. But let me know what you guys want to see as the viewers, because you're the ones that are actually watching this stuff. So your opinion is opinion numero uno. I know a lot of other people that stream, and sometimes it's fun just to hang out and chat, have a discussion. Obviously, we have tons of Festiva group chats already doing that exact same thing, so who's to say we don't do another one? So yes, real quick, let me know what you guys want to do.
Bill Taylor said, anytime and it's my pleasure.
Thanks, Bill. Bye, Bill. I got Maverick hair all over my gloves from petting him earlier. This Harbor Freight suede stuff really knows how to hold on to dog hair.
Chunk Slayer said, I could use to do a quick grocery run. I'll be gaming later, so I'd throw the stream on if it's up.
Alright, that's one vote for restart a new stream later.
Jeremy Ward said, "God, eat with your wife and come back later if you want."
Alright. Well, I can see our stream chat numbers have also dropped a bunch. We just went down to like 4 people just left already, so we're just fine. Obviously not much going on right now. So, alright, we'll call it here for now then. We might come back later, we might not. Depends on how the pizza trip goes and how Michelle's doing inside. I'm going to check on her, make sure she's having a good time. So yeah, there's we'll call it 50-50 chance you guys see me again on stream. Especially if somebody like near locally comes back and can stop by and help me out, that'd be awesome. And we'll definitely start the stream up again. If we don't start the stream up again, then as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for joining us. Our workspace in here is looking much better. This is actually, usable. I can totally do stuff in here now and feel okay about it. We also might resume the stream in the house. I did mention we have to edit that intake file to fit our new sensor. Maybe we can go inside and you guys can join me on the laptop or my desktop as we do some CAD work. You guys can kind of see the workflow for this sweet manifold.
YouTube user said, "I just left to go get pizza."
You're crazy. She's insane. Alright, so yeah, there's a good chance then we'll start a stream in the house and I will show you guys what we're doing with this sweet intake manifold. And if somebody else comes out here to help, we'll come back out to the garage. So yeah, let's call it 6:30-ish Eastern time. Something like that.
Chunk Slayer said, "Sounds good, thanks for streaming." Jeremy Ward said, "Bring us inside."
Yes, okay. I like how creepy that got. Alright, yes, let's do that then. Let's plan on likely being inside streaming again in about 1 hour from now. Call it 6:30. If not then we'll be out in the garage again. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.
YouTube user
as in like an hour.
Said, "Yeah, probably not my best idea, but didn't think you wanted to stop the stream."
Brother, stopping the stream, not a big deal. It's all good. Alright, see y'all in an hour.